Raid Shadow Legends. Yesterday we went over some of the 12 champions that just came out. so we went over a few of the 12 that just came out. We didn't go over as many as I thought we did, but let's take a look back at Hegemon real quick. Before we go into anything else, let's just take a look at him and see that his passive is very strong. We talked about that, but there are immunity runes. Now take into account that there are immunity runes for set piece that you will not be able to take any debuffs or 2 turns that you could have on your champions. Nobody's going to be able to move in place of him to strip you. So if he tries to apply this, he's not going to be able to apply the block skills or the decrease attack. He will still hit you for massive damage, whatever they're going to be able to get his ceiling up to with 100% crit and crit damage gear, crit damage gloves, crit damage neck, you know, all the stuff to make him hit as hard as possible. So he will hit you hard, but you can, of course, negate this ability here so you won't completely just lose the match if you have immunity runes or if you have super high resistance and you want to just roll the dice and see if you can resist it. Other than that, if he goes first, he will definitely, if he applies the stuff on you, if he applies either decrease attack or especially the skill block, you're going to die. I mean, you're just going to die. But anyways, I just wanted to give you options on that. Where were we yesterday? We are Occult Brawler. Okay, we were at here. We are on the Occult Brawler. Let's go down to Ogren Tribe, is it? Yes. Ogren Tribe. Let's see what this guy is all about. He's a big one. Looks like it. Okay, I like his model. It's definitely a little bit different. I haven't seen this type of model. He's got a he's got quite the belly on him. Let's see what he's got. He's got good HP, he's got good attack, and he's got moderate defense, good speed. So he's fine for an epic. Attack one time, has a 60% chance to place a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. That screams clan boss to me. He's spirits, so I'm not going to bring him into dragons to do dragons 20 because dragons 20 is magic, but poison. I mean, poisons are good on any boss, honestly. Nowadays on 20s, poisons are good on any boss, but for sure the clan boss. Oh, wow. Attack one enemy. If this champion is under 1 or more debuffs, this attack will ignore 30% of the enemy defense. If this champion is under 2 or more debuffs, the enemies killed by this champion cannot be revived. And if this champion is under 3 or more debuffs, this attack is always a critical hit. And if this champion is under 4 or more debuffs, this champion heals by 30% of the damage inflicted. And if this champion is under 5 or more debuffs, grants an extra turn, removes all debuffs from this champion after the attack. That is crazy. That's a lot of stuff. So many things. That's a lot of debuffs on him, right? Places a 2.5 poison debuff on this champion for 4 turns at the start of each turn. Okay, so I guess this is how he's getting most of his. He's poisoning himself. He's a really toxic person, and he has a 70% chance to place 5% poison on a random enemy for 4 turns at the start of each turn. For sure, clan boss. This guy would be so much fun in clan boss. I want to see him in action. Just the ability to him place a passive poison, and then when he attacks, he has a chance to place a poison. He's placing poisons on himself. I mean, that's so unique. Why not play with them? And then this one is only a single target. I would love it to be AoE, but that's fine. It's single target. It does a lot of stuff. Now, I assume he's only taking poison his turn, not everybody's turn. So we'll have to see about that. If it loads up with everybody's turn, it's going to be a lot of poisons, even though they're small, and he's going to remove them right away, and he's going to heal from the damage he does. So anybody who knows him, let me know in the comments below. Is it just, I assume it's just his turn and not all turns. So we will see about that. He's very cool. I want to see some numbers on him in the clan boss. If anybody has him, load him up on some, you know, get some accuracy so he can land these debuffs, get some crit and crit damage, and then of course he's got high HP, and survivability wise he'll be okay with high HP because he's got it already, and you're gonna have to load him up on a little bit of defense to get his defense up some. But he should be a really high DPSer for clan boss, especially if all these the stars align and he has enough debuffs to do all this stuff, which he might with the way he works. So we will see. I want to say pitiless, but I think it's pitiless. Pitiless one is Knight's Revenant Magic again. Okay, so we need to go back over here. Knight's Revenant Magic. Weren't we just here? Maybe because I was looking at the other one. He is an epic, and he looks pretty cool. All right, he's definitely got a very cool character model. I haven't seen this before. He looks pretty sweet. Let's get into what he has. He has good HP. He has really good attack for a epic, and he has low defense. He attacks 2 times on a skill 1, and he attacks all enemies. Each crit hit boosts his champion's turn meter by 15%. on a 3-turn cooldown. Very cool. Like Shield Guard, right? Shield Guard does 20% per crit. So you see where I'm going with that. This is an epic. He does 15. Shield Guard only does 20%. So he also has a passive. Each crit heals this champion by 15% of the damage inflicted. I like this guy. Just like Shield Guard, I would load him up on the masteries that let you lower, that give you a chance in Assault to lower his skill cooldowns. He only has one skill, so it's going to be this one. If you do 30% of the enemy's max HP on a hit, so this AoE hits everybody. Since it's only at a 15% chance, you're going to need more than 5 people to take an extra turn immediately, to 2-turn everybody else to where he goes, and then he goes immediately again. Only place you're going to have that happen is in Spiders, and he is magic, so you could take him into Spiders 20, which is Spirit. AoE the Spiders, he's going to immediately take another turn because you're going to have your crit up, so that's not going to be a problem. And if he were to get lucky and lower a skill cooldown with the masteries from Assault, and then the masteries from, we also have a mastery in Support that gives you a 5% chance to lower skill cooldown. And then if you put, what is the gear? Reflex gear. If you put Reflex gear on him, he has another 30% chance to lower the cooldown of another move. Now, if they ever come out with the Relentless gear, which is like Violent Runes, I see it in the tournament. It's going to be a bad move for this whole entire game if everybody doesn't have access to it, and only a few have access to it. But anyways, that's a different discussion. So if we do Reflex, if we do Masteries, and we do get a chance to lower this twice, and he takes another turn, he should be able to immediately AoE again, right? He should. I'd like to test it out. I'd like to know somebody who has him. Take him into Spiders 20 or whatever Spiders you're on. Have him AoE crit to where he takes another turn. Have those 2 masteries to where you can lower a skill cooldown, and then also have Reflex gear on him where you have another chance to lower cooldown, and see if he can do back-to-back 2 AoEs. That would be really cool. I'm sure this guy hits hard. He looks like he would hit hard. Sakura, no, not Shakira. Sakura is next. She is a barbarian. We're going to go to her and see what she's got. No, I just clicked Orc. Wrong one, Stu. Let's go back. We need barbarians. Barbarians, they are up here. I think this girl is the sister to the other barbarian that I don't have, this one. She is here in Magic. Again, another Magic champion. I don't know how many Magic, Force, or Spirit we have, but this is a lot of Magic champions right now. Attack one enemy, fills this champion's turn meter by 25% if this is a crit hit. And then attack all enemies 3 times. Each hit has a 50, 60, 60% chance to remove 1 random buff from the target. So really, if you got lucky, you could remove 3 random buffs if it does it per hit on a 4-turn cooldown. That's an AoE. Attacks all enemies has a 70-80% chance of placing a 25% weakening debuff for 2 turns. So she does an AoE, both 4-turn cooldowns, 2 AoEs, 1 weakening, 1 that removes buffs from the enemy, and then she has a chance to get a turn meter increase when she crits of 25%, which is a lot. That's a lot of turn meter increase. Her speed is 101. That's pretty nice. I could see her going often. So that, I'm sure that's why they made these cooldowns on a 4-turn cooldown, but I could see her going often. I could see you definitely using, again, things that lower skill cooldowns, so you can get those skill cooldowns lowered because she's going more turns, she's going faster. Use the things in Assault, use it in Support, and Reflex gear. If you want to use it on her, you could. If not, if you want to use some other gear, that's fine as well. So she has, I bet this passive is just like her sister's. It is. It revives her with 25% HP when killed. If you're having problems in waves and they're attacking your strongest champion, but the weakest champion because they're not really high on defense and HP, this could be one of the ones that does it if the 2 sisters are there. If one dies, they'll come back to life, and then it'll be a 7-turn cooldown. Maybe you'll make it through the waves then, and then you'll be able to fight the boss. And if you lose them again on the boss, maybe 7 turns have gone through, and she could come back to life again. So it's pretty cool. She's got really high HP, low attack though, really low attack, and high defense. It's kind of weird, but that is her. Let's see what we've got next. Here, I'll have to scroll down. We have Adjudicator. Adjudicator, I'm sorry. Okay, let's look at Adjudicator, Crimson, Harvester, Yield. Let's go with these. I'm going to cut this and go with another video. I'm telling you, if I would have done all these champions at one time, it would have been like a 30-minute plus video. I don't like doing long ones, so I'll just put the champions I went over in this one in the text, and I'm going to load the videos all at one time. So if you want to go to each one, you go to each one. It's just that easy. It's no different than watching them all together. At least you get a little bit of a break. You get to hear what I'm going to say about them. So what did I like best about them actually on all these? I like the Pitiless one and the Occult Brawler. I think the Occult Brawler is going to be really good in Clan Boss. The Pitiless one is going to be really cool in Spiders 20. Try them out. Let me know if you have them. Let me know how that Occult Brawler works. And then that's it. The sisters one, I'm not too concerned about. I guess it would be cool if you had the 2 sisters, but then you need 2 different champions that are epic, hard to get, and they're different affinities too, so you need to make sure that they can go in the same place together and that they work well together. If there are faction wars, you know, they're supposed to be. So if there ever is faction wars, then they would be good there. I think they would be really cool there as well. So that is really all I've got for these few right here. We're going to cut this. We're going to separate this and do another video. I'm sorry. We'll make 2. I'm going to load them at the same time, so you're going to see them at the same time. Just click. Actually, you'll probably see it above my head. I do appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for supporting me. This has been a really fun project for me to do for now. I'm going to keep doing it. Don't worry about that. I'll keep playing. I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends. I'm playing Alune. I'm going to do some Alune videos later today as well. But if you look above me, subscribe, the big SG. And if you look to the side here, I'll have some videos linking to other raid content that you can watch. Again, thank you everybody for the support. It's been wonderful. Without you guys, I couldn't be doing this, and I'm having a lot of fun. I will see you in the next video.